Had to burp, dog. Going on, everybody? This is the first episode from 3rd and 13. We so excited to be here. It's Mark, my boy George over here.
You,
What's up? How you living out here, my
I'm
dog?
chilling. I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. It's first one, man. I'm excited.
Man,
It's a
I'm
long time
super
coming.
excited. It really has. We've been literally planning this for like a year, man, and I'm excited we finally got here. We finally here. Crazy stuff going on all year. Big thing. My boy just got married a couple months ago, so we out here, the Left Hand Club.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My
Yes, sir.
guy.
Left hand club.
Hey, so I'm excited, man. Let's see where we go with this.
Big things, brother. Big things.
Yes, sir. So, a couple of things, man. We are big on sports, y'all. We're gonna talk sports, and more sports. So I hope y'all ready. We're really excited to talk different sports with y'all. We are both Detroit natives. We love our Detroit teams to a fault. We are both 0-16 fans. If anybody knows what that means, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
All the way back, bro. All the way back.
If you know, you know. So here we are. I got him in the back. I'm repping hard. My guy got the Red Wings on because, hey, look, they
Hey,
doing
them boys balling too.
They doing their thing. Dog. Well, do you say balling with like
they
hockey?
pucking or I don't know. That don't even sound good.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, them boys skating, bro. Them boys skating out here.
He said they out here pucking.
Hey, bro. They doing their thing, bro. They doing their thing.
That's crazy. Hey, they really are. We've been waiting years for them to come back.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody who's watched hockey a little bit, we're not here in that area, but we can talk about what they're doing well. And because of how well they're doing, we gotta share that they killing it. So, big lot, like I said. Oh, another thing, we big Michigan fans, so we're gonna talk some Michigan, and that's kind of how we want to get into this episode. Okay, this is the first quarter of the pod. So let's go ahead. I know you got a big question you wanted to ask. We got to talk a little bit of Michigan, so let's get into it.
Yeah, I think the first question on the table when we're talking about Michigan, and since we haven't been on air, obviously it's our first one, but you know everyone knows about the controversy, the scandal, the sign stealing stuff. I think the question on the table would be to start off with that. I think people want to hear our perspectives on it. So, Mark, where do you stand on a sign stealing scandal at the University of Michigan?
So let me tell you. I thought it was way overblown. I felt like people made it into this thing that it really wasn't. Sign stealing or whatever, signal stealing. You can do that from watching film. It's not like unheard of, by the way. They made it like Michigan was the first to ever do it, and this is the most incredible thing ever. And this is how they're winning games. They're winning games because they're stealing signs. Yeah, right. That's how it's working. That's the only reason. Only reason they're undefeated, right? That's the only reason they're in the college football playoff, right?
Literally, that's the only reason that we were able to beat those great teams we were facing for the first 7-8 weeks of the season. You know, we were facing some quality competition. And I guess the only way we was going to beat them was by stealing their signs. Okay,
that's how we beat Ohio State too, right?
Oh, Ohio State, yeah, 3 years in a row. Okay, listen. Again, I'm a really realistic person, you know. I'm not the one going to sit here and tell you that they didn't do it. They clearly did it. But here's the thing. Everybody does it. So, and I'm not saying everyone does what they did. Everyone still signs though. So to me, the crime is not the signs being stolen. It's the method of which they did it. So all this conversation about, hey, they got an unfair advantage. They don't have an unfair advantage. Everyone else has signs too. You're just upset that the way that they went about it, and that's fine. That was technically against the rules. That was written all the way back whenever it was written. Wasn't even written for competitive advantage, but hey, let's just let's act like it was. But I mean, it fits the narrative in 2024.
And people are all about their narratives, okay? Want a hot take narrative? That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits the narrative. So did they break that rule, the spirit of that rule? Yes. Should they be punished for it? Yes. But let's stop the cheating stuff. Ain't nobody cheating, bro. It is what it is. Line up, play football. Let's call it a day, bro. If they put stuff in the if they put the things in the helmets, then this wouldn't even be a conversation. So if it's this big of a deal, then y'all would have done that years ago. But y'all don't really care about that stuff. So let's just call a spade and move on.
This is Harbaugh. Okay, so here's the question. Did they ever find specific evidence pointing to Harbaugh that I don't know about?
No. I think they've gone out of the way to say that they had not found evidence that linked Harbaugh to this.
Yeah, but it seems like he's the only one who had to deal with repercussions, and treated like they stomped a mud hole in him. He was this cheater and he's doing all of this and terrible person. And how dare this coach do this? How dare he steal some signals? And they still didn't even prove that he had anything to do with it. Not to say that, and I'm not telling you he did or didn't. I genuinely have no idea. We don't have any evidence one way or the other. But
I just don't care.
That too. I thought we were a country that was innocent till proven guilty. Okay, never mind. That's
whole conversation about the due process. I mean, there is no due process anymore. It's due process until we think that process no longer is needed because we have enough evidence. So we don't got to go through the rest of that. Look, the whole thing is dumb. It was dumb when it started. It's dumb now. It's going to be dumb in 5 months, 6 months when they decide to do something about it and do a penalty, or 2 years. I mean, who knows what the NCAA going to do? It's just going to stay dumb. But it's fine. Michigan going to do their thing. But let's talk about what's on the field. So we do have this. We have the playoff set. Yeah, I know. But luckily, we got them back now. We got them back.
Yeah.
So we got the top four now. We got Michigan number 1. Go Blue.
Number 1. And they should be.
Exactly. And they should be. We got who's it? Washington number 2. Texas number 3. And Alabama number 4. I feel like
you said Florida State.
That's where we should start.
You said Florida State made it from. Oh wait.
Oh no, Florida State unfortunately is number 5.
The other undefeated power conference team that hasn't lost a game. They dominated their conference.
They did.
Leapfrog. They're not in the. They don't get a chance to go for the national championship.
No. No. How do you feel about that, Mark? How do you feel that they got leapfrogged?
So clearly, I'm upset about it because I think it's ridiculous. It says, you know what it says? It says that we don't actually care fully about what happens on the field. In a way, it really negates some things because in the way I'll say this is, it's not like, and here's the thing. Years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, not even that long ago, 3-4 years ago, whatever, you could make an argument that the SEC conference was so tough and so difficult that maybe one loss you probably should still have a chance to win a championship, right? You should still, because that conference was crazy. This year, man, that conference wasn't that conference wasn't it? Like what it was top heavy with the two tops, like, and and Alabama was number 8 to jump over an undefeated team. It's crazy to me, man.
It's a
Like,
big jump. It's a big jump.
do I think Alabama is probably a better football team? It's very possible. I won't say yes or no because I really think people are hating. I think Florida State is really good, by the way. I think they not just record. I think Florida State is really good. Do I think Alabama is probably a better team? I ain't even gonna be political. Yes, I think they're a better football team. I do. Do I think they had a better season? No. And that's what matters. Well, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Look, I think Florida State had a great year. I really do. They were balling. Here's the thing, though. I know, Mark. I know you didn't just become a college football fan this year, so I know you were at least a fan last year. In the championship game of college football, the college football championship game last year, what was the final score? A lot to a little. Let's just say that. Here's the problem. Does Florida State technically deserve to get in because they're 13-0? Yes. However, they lost their quarterback. That's just what it is. And when the quarterback in the last 2 games, that offense looked like hot trash. Horrible. Couldn't score. And then and that was against some subpar talent. So you want to take them and throw them in there and go up against Michigan. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, but this is the beauty about sports, though. We don't know.
We don't know. You know. Mark, here's the thing. I know technically we don't know, but when Michigan plays Toledo on week 1, technically Toledo could beat them, couldn't they? Yeah, but we know that's not going to happen. That's just
Michigan lost to Appalachian State many years ago. Last time I checked.
Right. Yep. Dan clock is right twice a day. So, I mean, my thing is,
it could be right that day.
Look, we know college football is about that money.
Absolutely.
That's bad. That is bad for business.
Absolutely.
They can't have what happened last year happen again.
But the thing is, Ohio State won with a 3rd-string quarterback years ago.
But they were still playing like they were still balling.
I know.
They ain't balling no more.
But
the boys look terrible. They look terrible.
You got weeks to prepare. Let's not forget that part.
You're right. You got like a whole month.
I'm just literally a month, and we've seen teams come out a month later and look either sluggish, rusty, or whatever. Michigan has done it. Like
twice.
I mean, last year, like
twice. The last 2 years. Yeah.
Last year we shouldn't have lost to TCU, and that's not a slight to TCU or whatever. But I mean, they basically had a 3rd-string quarterback playing against us last year, the way he was. But we found a way to lose, so there you go. Like I'm just saying, if we look at it from that perspective, you can't say like I can't say they got a 3rd-string quarterback, so
for sure
don't give him no shot. Like that 3rd-string quarterback could have been waiting all his life for this moment. Okay, now he probably would still not be good, but that's neither here nor there. We'll never know. We'll never know. No.
Here's the problem, okay? Because we're still talking about let's just push Florida State to the side. Let's go to Alabama.
Okay.
You say Alabama did not have a better season than Florida State. What's Florida State's best win? LSU?
Hold on, am I not mistaken? Didn't they beat like 3 SEC teams? Or did I?
I'll have to go back and look at that.
We don't have to look. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be thinking of another. I could be thinking of maybe it's Texas. There was one team that did beat 3 SEC teams, and I can't picture. It might be Texas. That might be what I'm thinking of. Who got in? So cool. If they didn't get in, that would have been a whole another can of worms. But
right, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it here. Florida State's strength of schedule was ranked 55th. Alabama's strength of schedule was ranked 5th. Alabama went and beat the consensus number 1 team who has been number 1 in the country for about 2.5 years, roughly, straight.
For sure.
Yeah. And they went and beat them.
They did.
Yeah, that right there would probably jump you 5-6 spots. I mean, it just will. I mean, you don't jump a couple spots for that.
And we're not even, but we're making it seem like Alabama went in there and they just controlled the game and they just dominated. They won by 3.
They have to.
They won by 3.
Yeah, they have to. It's the number 1 team. You still beat them.
That's not enough to jump. That's not enough to jump that much. Are we serious?
What? Oh, you think if you go beat the number 1 team, you're only going to jump 2 spots? 1 spot? Come on.
Even 3 spots gets them to 5. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not get crazy. Like, 3 spots is a huge 3 spots is a huge jump, dog. Like, that's 4 spots is crazy. I guess
then you got Florida State on the other side at number 4, who is struggling for 2 weeks straight. And then you got this team who just beat the number 1 team in the country.
Who else?
That's a tough collision course.
I got a question. Who else did Alabama jump? I'm just curious. Like, what other teams? I need to look back at it. Let's look at that. Go ahead, look that up. Yeah, I'm curious.
Let's look at the. Let's look at all the.
The only reason I ask is because I'm just curious as to who else they jumped.
Georgia, technically, and Georgia came down.
So okay, so there's a question, right? That's also a question,
right?
So Georgia only lost by 3, like I just said. Mm-hmm. Only lost by 3, which means it's not like they weren't clearly in the game. And the lead flipped a couple times, so it's not like Alabama was just in the lead the whole time or whatever.
Right.
Was that enough to pull them all the way out and let Alabama in? Is that I know it's now? Is it just because Is it just because it's the championship game? Now, does that hold that much weight? Does it still hold that much weight today as it used to?
Not really, but you're asking if they should be pulled all the way out.
Does it only hold weight because does it only hold weight today because it was Alabama that won? Oh, okay, all right.
No, it's because they beat the number 1 team in the country. I'll say this:
it's something to think about, right? Like
it is, but you're asking if they should be kicked all the way out. The problem is, who are you going to put them over? Like, so if you don't kick them all the way out, the number 4 team at the number 5 team at that point. Who was the number 5 last week?
It had to be.
Was it Texas?
Yeah, I think it's
Texas. Was not in there.
Texas moved in. Yeah.
Right. So would you have not put Texas in though?
I think Texas had they had 1 loss, right?
Right.
But they.
Yeah, right. They do.
They had 1 loss.
They do. They do.
Yeah, the only undefeated teams is Michigan and
Michigan and Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington and Florida State. But anyway, they undefeated. I guess.
Yeah. And Florida State.
I guess I know what you're saying. Like, my biggest thing is coming back to the fact that I know we were talking about Georgia a second ago, right? But the thing is I keep coming back to Florida State, and it's like they won all their games. I know that we're talking about strength of schedule, but you still got to win. Like, they won. It's undefeated. It's hard to go undefeated. Like, I don't care who you play. Like, undefeated in a Power 5 conference. By the way, we're not talking about like Boise State going undefeated or something like that.
Right.
Like, we not like we're not talking about Toledo going undefeated. Like nobody cares. But like we talking Florida State, where the SEC was good. Let's not forget. People put a lot of weight in Clemson going undefeated for years. Undefeated, they were now were they a better team? Yes. I'm not about to say Florida State's been doing what Clemson's in. I want to clarify. I don't want to even get into that conversation. I want to clarify, right? But so it all comes down to they decided this simply because their quarterback wasn't there. It had nothing to do with nothing else. They decided their quarterback isn't playing, so we're going to go ahead and just take them out of the running.
1,000%.
For the rest of the team is like, what? They worked hard too. They had to put in some work. They had to win them games. No,
it's on the one of the judging. It's one of the things they have to judge based off of. I know people mad about it, but it
shouldn't be.
It is what it is, though. If you were on the committee and that was one of the things you had to judge, are you kicking them out?
I would have kept Florida State in. I just
even knowing that that's one of the things you're basing it off of is
Alabama would have been looking, staring outside the door. Like Florida State deserved to be there. They won all their games. Like I mean, it's regardless of what you think, regardless of what we assume would have probably happened.
No, but okay.
I ain't clairvoyant. I'm gonna say would have happened. Okay. Because again, I assume Michigan would have won last year, and they didn't. So I don't even want to.
TCU had a great offense. Florida State got a bad offense going up against
TCU. Had a great offense
last year. They did.
Their quarterback stunk. Oh, like you ain't.
Their offense carried them last year. Them boys was balling last year.
Their offense, their quarterback,
he had heart last year.
So anyway, I feel like we've spent a lot of time on this topic, and I just want to get into this. Here's the last question on the college football playoff.
Right.
Who's going to win? In your estimation, who's going to win? Now that Georgia's out, that really does change a lot of things. Because Georgia was tough. Now, do you just assume Alabama's going to win now because they beat Georgia, or do you still have confidence in Michigan? Do you think Washington can do enough with their offense, even though their defense is subpar? Texas in big games, Texas has shown up.
Texas scares me. I will say that. As a Michigan fan, Texas scares me. Obviously Saban and Alabama scares me just because they're Alabama. But third time's a charm, man. We gotta get it done. We gotta get it done.
We can't keep losing.
This gotta be the year. Just looking at this has to be it. We can beat all three of these teams.
Yeah.
We knew the first year that, hey, look, we happy to be here, but we knew what Georgia was going to do to us that first year. Last year was our year too. Last year we let just slip right away.
Georgia had guys that year. My goodness.
Oh yeah. That first year was just awful. I mean, we would have lost last year too. Actually, once we got to the final, once we got to the championship, but we just should have been in the championship.
I do think we're better this year than last.
Is that Georgia team last year too? Oh yeah, we got mopped up again.
I think this team is more equipped, and I mean we don't even have to play Georgia now, but we're more equipped than we were last year to actually have had a chance to beat them. For sure.
But book it, Michigan. I'm taking Michigan this year.
I agree. My only issue is I'm worried about the left side of the O-line. The left side of the O-line.
I have a lot of worries.
The left side of the O-line has been killing us. But then it's taken away the ability. It's taken the ability to allow. Yeah, and somebody just got hurt too. Was it the center?
The whole line is just not been good.
It's taken away the ability for JJ to sit in the pocket and try to do anything. So he assumes that he's about to he's going to be crowded or get hit every time. So there's moments where he's like, it's just but But with 4 weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks, however long it is,
get it together.
I think they'll beat Alabama. I think Alabama will. I think it'll be a tough game. I will just say this: they'll beat Alabama. Texas does worry me.
Texas scares me. Yeah.
Washington, I think we can slow the game down. But Washington is problematic when they get going on offense.
We didn't beat them already, bro.
When they get going. I know, but I'm just saying when they get going
I mean,
on offense,
they're good.
They're
better now than they were when we played them. Like, what was that again last year?
Better on offense. Their defense is trash.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about them. But Texas and Alabama for sure. They just their play style scares me.
And Texas just steps up on big games. We've seen it. I'm all year.
They do.
Like literally
They do.
all year. So I mean that's it. But all right. So we got to talk about this is actually my personal excitement to this episode is the NFL talk, right?
Okay.
Because we sitting at a place we ain't never been. And this ain't just about the Lions. It really isn't. But it just happens to be a year we just happen to start this, and they 9-3. They 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3, bro.
It's
they 9-3.
Still got 5 games that I actually think are going to be tough. Like I'm being real. Like I think just from matchup purposes, it's not even about record. Like this game they got tomorrow, and I know that we'll see. We'll give you all reaction late, on the next episode. But this game against the Bears that they got, you guys will probably
just saw. Yeah, y'all just saw the game. We are either happy or fuming from it already currently at this current moment in time.
I'm saying it right now. Before that, I'm worried about because Justin Fields is just mobile quarterbacks against our defense is just
brutal.
Yeah, it's just that.
Brutal.
So we'll see what happens with that.
No Ali McNeil. Hopefully Anzalone's back.
Gotta play Bugs. I'm still trying to figure out why Bugs haven't been playing, by the way. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, and we signing like these new dudes. So I mean, I don't know. Hopefully Anzalone's back. Needed. Gotta have it this week. Gotta have it.
I do think Jack Campbell played pretty well last week, though. But
he did, but I don't trust him to put it together for us for a second week like that.
We need Alex back.
We just need Alex back against Justin for sure. I mean, he was Jack was cool against the stationary guy, but this dude, we need somebody quick, really, really quick laterally. So we'll see. But it's the Bears, so I look. At the end of the day, we have to win this game. So I mean, there is no. Yeah, I don't. Here's where I'm at with the Lions, and then we can talk about other teams too. Here's where I'm at with the Lions now. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, we had expectations. I said at the beginning of the season, the Lions won 12 games. That's where I was at on it.
He did. He did, y'all. We both agreed, actually. We both were very confident in this team. So,
unfortunately, for their sake, those expectations have risen. Okay, with your play, you get higher expectations. You're 9-3 right now with 5 games left.
Mm-hmm.
I need at least 13 wins on this season. You have.
So they got to finish 4-1.
4-1. I think I'll give you one in there. But the way that y'all know that y'all can play, 4 of these games are divisional games, ain't they?
I think they're all winnable games. Now, the game that obviously I think everybody expects them to lose is probably the Dallas game, which I'm gonna be honest,
the game we need to win though.
I think because they're expected to lose that game, I think they'll find some way to win it. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Will they be expected to win? It's gonna be a big game.
According to a lot of people, I do think. Well, I'll say this, according to Lions fans, because you know how Lions fans are, and when we say Lions fans, we ain't talking about us, the more rational Lions fans. We're talking about those who after we lose one game, they feel like the team sucks again, and it's like, well,
no. I don't think the team sucks. Right. They definitely got some holes, and some things they need to get fixed this offseason. Off season. Not next or this one.
I want to say, because let's talk about other teams too, right? they're not the only ones, because here's the thing: everybody brings up the Lions' struggles on defense the last like 5 weeks or whatever specifically, because I think before the first like 6 or 7 weeks they were like only letting go 18 points a game or something like that, but everybody talks about them. I saw a stat. I saw a post the other day where the Eagles have very similar defensive things going on, but nobody talks about that. And that's not to say that the Lions are as good as the Eagles. That's not my point. My point is more so is that like you mentioned already, narratives are driven. Like people like narratives. The Eagles have their struggles too. And granted, they do have a Jalen Hurts. They do have AJ Brown. They do have, they have guys like a Darius Slay, who can make. These are playmakers. Granted, the Lions have playmakers too. So I get it. I just want us to look at different things. The Chiefs, the old great Chiefs that we've talked about, they ain't looked exciting all year. They winning, but they ain't looked exciting. Like, they typical like, ooh, the Chiefs are going to dominate everybody. Side note, we beat the Chiefs earlier this year, but I just want to throw that out there.
We did.
But again, there are teams. Okay, so I got a question. What do you think about Miami? What do you think about the Dolphins? How do you believe that they're a real team, or is this just a regular season team?
It's just a regular season team. They gonna have to prove me wrong. The way I look at with Miami is they are all flash, no substance. I can't see them in a dog fight in the playoffs. But prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I think all the flipping and the Tyreek Hill going for 90 yards every play, that's going to be tough in the playoffs.
He's going to win the MVP, by the way. He's going to win the MVP.
He should. He's getting 200 yards a game. So, but at this point, he should. But he won't. But he should. Receivers
who else is going to win it?
Receivers don't win. Calvin didn't win.
We might as well call it the quarterback.
It is. Trophy. It is. Calvin did not win the year he broke the record. He didn't win on MVP award.
The problem with that is the Lions suck. I know. Okay, but it's not even that though. It's not just that. That same year there were some other incredible like performances from from players who were on the team. Now the thing, there hasn't been like crazy, incredible quarterback play this year. Like, in my opinion, like for MVP's sake, right? That should be. You know how you like usually something like the year Mahomes won it. What he won it last year, recently, right? He was the one that won last year, right? He had an incredible year last year. Like, I didn't. Normally, I get upset that quarterback wins it every year, but I was like, how did you not give it to him last year? Actually, like,
right.
But there's also other years where I'm like, I feel like they could have went to another. What Derrick Henry could have won it. Was that 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 years ago when Aaron Rodgers won.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had a nice year, but I thought Derrick Henry went crazy. Like,
look, just embrace the fact that a quarterback will win. So whoever that may be,
you don't even know who. That's the crazy part.
If you don't give it, then they might give it to Tua. They might. That's his quarterback.
Look, I got Tua on my fantasy team, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he got some numbers, but he shouldn't win MVP. Like, that's a whole. But whatever.
See, that same feeling you got right there is how I feel about Miami. They got some numbers, but I don't know. I just think when it counts, it's not going to be it.
The same team that let the Buffalo Bills go crazy on them some weeks ago. They went crazy
because they don't win big games.
Yeah, true.
They play the good teams. It's little.
True.
It's just really not it. And that's what they're going to be facing in the playoffs. They're not going to be facing these teams where they can drop 70 on.
If you had to say right now, who's going to be in the Super Bowl? Because you already said you don't believe in Miami. We already talked about how our Lions got holes. We talked about how Philly has some holes. Like we've already. So who do you think is going to be? And I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you mine first, and then you can go. Right. So right now, I'm expecting the 49ers to come out of the NFC. not just because of this last game. I know people are gonna like be talking. I really just think as long as they always have issues with injuries, right? And so if people can stay healthy for them, then they'll be in the championship, in my opinion, in the Super Bowl. Like I really think that they have a complete team. Brock Purdy to me this year has proven that he is a good quarterback, like not just some plug in. He's a good quarterback. He makes good plays. He's not uber athletic. He's not like this, but he just makes good plays. He makes smart plays. He knows what he's doing.
Good player.
And he has a lot of talent, so it does help. Like,
yes, talent. Yep.
In the AFC,
it's tough.
Gun to my head, I'm the Chiefs.
There we go. Who beat them? I mean, I don't know in the playoffs.
I don't trust the Ravens offensive coordinator. So I don't like the way he calls plays. It shrinks their offense down so much, and it really takes away from anything they could try to do. We just talked about Miami. I agree with you on Miami. Like I don't see. I mean, the only thing is they get hot. The hot team typically wins the Super Bowl, by the way. Like hot teams typically, unless you're just that good, like the Chiefs have been the last couple, few years. Who else is in the AFC? The Steelers don't have a quarterback, and they just lost.
Steelers terrible.
Man, Cincinnati's out of it.
Done. Yeah, Cincinnati's done.
Is Buffalo going to make the playoffs?
Buffalo probably make it. I don't know. I mean, they what are they 6-6? They might.
Yeah, they still got a chance.
They still got a chance, but we know what Buffalo does in the playoffs.
I mean, they got to the conference championship. Was that 2 years ago?
And didn't choke, bro. Them dudes, bro.
They didn't choke. That was overtime rules. Last team get the ball. Like
that wasn't last year though.
No, I said it was 2 years. That was 2 years ago, right?
Right. And then what happened last year? Choke. So
last year was different. That was.
I don't know in the AFC, bro. I mean, you gotta almost have to hand it to the Chiefs until proven otherwise.
By default.
Yeah, I think by default it's just gonna be the Chiefs because I'm trying to think.
The Jags were almost number one in the conference. Then Trevor Lawrence says he might. I don't know he got a high ankle sprain.
But he's back practicing randomly though.
He is.
So
did you see that injury? Did you see that injury?
I did. Oh man, he stepped back on him. And then got folded on top of it. That was crazy.
I was like, oh my! I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, is he okay?
Yeah, I
his leg looked like it snapped. That was crazy.
And then, but they say he back practicing already. So if he come back soon,
they got a tough team.
Could we see the Jags? Could we see the Jags and the Lions? I'm just kidding.
Okay,
but
the two hottest teams to end the year last year. That would be crazy. Right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right. That would be crazy.
Here's a crazy thing. Just one more note on the Lions. Lions are 9-3 right now. But is it wild that I would take last year's team at the end of the year going into the playoffs than what we currently doing right now at this current moment in time? I would have last year if we made the playoffs, I would have put us up against just about anybody. I don't care who we was facing. Like I don't care who we was facing.
That's the key though.
I want us to get
5 games. I was gonna say we got 5 games.
I need us to get back to that. Yeah.
Hot teams get to Super Bowls. There's always one team that's like the hottest, and they get to the Super Bowl. They do. I mean, Cincinnati did it a couple years ago when they like out of nowhere. We were like, "Oh snap!" Like, and they just shot up and went against the Rams. Like it was crazy. And the Rams all that year had been the team to beat or whatever. Like because of all the trades, getting Stafford, all of that. Then out of nowhere, the Bengals like, whoop. I mean, the Giants have done it twice in their career with the Manning, with Eli Manning. They had teams that were 9-7, had no business really like being there. And they end up winning.
Talk about them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. You have been a fan of New England. Good. Enjoyed that.
I was fan of Tom Brady. Don't put that New England tag on me because they are terrible right now. But
and their Hall of Fame coach hasn't been good either. But that's neither here nor there.
Hall of Fame? He gonna make it, but
I was gonna say, come on, like
no. He gonna make it, but I'm just saying.
You questioning whether
Tom he should bring Tom Brady up there with him. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But he should bring Tom on up there.
It's got to be a collaborative effort.
He was terrible before Tom Brady, and he's terrible after Tom Brady. So I'm just saying, call a spade a spade. He was not good before Tom Brady got there. He was not good after. So he had one good season.
The NFL is tough without a really great quarterback. It's tough to win.
It is
big. It's tough to be very successful without a great quarterback.
It is. But he's also the GM, so.
So anyway,
it's also his job to get another one. So hey, I love Bill. I was rooting for him for a while. I'm just saying, you got to call people to the carpet sometimes. I mean, it is what it is. But his job to put that team together too. Dude ain't been drafting well.
They ain't drafted well in.
Ain't signing nobody.
They ain't drafted well in years, dog.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's just been masked because they had Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
They ain't never got no receivers. Like, come on, man.
So in the Super Bowl, we both think. Well, I said by default, we both think the Chiefs are going to be there. Like, I don't have any other answer. And I said the 49ers. Yeah. You think the 49ers too, or are you thinking more Eagles, Cowboys? You'll never hear me say the Cowboys are going to Super Bowl. I just can't do it. It's not in the realm of my like.
Here's the thing.
I can't do it.
I hate the Cowboys, man.
They playing great football. Like,
I hate them, bro.
I can't say.
Let me stress that. Let me preface my comments by saying I really do not like the Cowboys, bro.
But
however,
there's a but. Yeah, I was gonna say this. There's there.
If there's one team in the NFC that I feel has the most talent
on both sides
of the football, this is a complete team if they can put it together. It's them, and this could be the year. This could be it. Will they win it all? I don't know, but can they go to the Super Bowl this year? Because the Eagles are flawed. The Lions, we just happy to be there. And this year, they go have to see us next year. But we happy to be there.
They're gonna rise next year, but
for sure. And then we didn't see Brock have bad games. He had a nice stretch.
Yeah. He played well last week though.
Yeah, that's a good defense over there though.
Oh yeah, they like
they get after you. Them boys get after you.
You talking about?
Dallas, don't get me wrong. We know. Yeah, we know Dallas done had a couple. They had a couple bad games in here. But if they put it together, I like Dallas. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Dallas.
Micah Parsons is a problem, bro.
Yeah,
like I don't even.
It's a whole problem.
It's not a single soul that could just stop him from getting to the quarterback. I don't.
Yeah, Michael. Micah. Single-handedly will give me nightmares before that Lions game because I don't know what we're gonna do with him. I don't know what we're gonna do with that blitz. I don't know. It is what it is. We're just gonna play the game and hope they have a bad day. But if they on that game, bro, I like them over the Eagles. I'm not high on the Eagles like everybody else, bro. I'm just not. I think they get the they are a good team. I don't think they're a great one. And I'm not that big on Jalen Hurts like everybody else.
I think they were better last year.
Me too. Jalen Hurts is cool to me. Like he cool. He manages that offense well. He does his thing. But he ain't like this world beater. Like he ain't this.
You got
Jalen Hurts, so he's a go. Like he cool.
He's a good
quarterback.
I can't say
he's a good quarterback. Yeah, he's a good quarterback. Right. He does his job and he wins them games. Sure. He does.
And
he's good.
My biggest issue with Hurts is the games that you see, like when they played the Jets weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And he was awful. He was just making mistakes that were he's allowed to make mistakes. Everybody's allowed to make mistakes, but he was making mistakes that a quarterback that just went to the Super Bowl and balled in the Super Bowl should not be making. Like he just should he balled in the Super Bowl. Like if they win that game, he's the MVP without question. And he came out and I know it's the Jets, man. I don't know what else to say. It's the Jets. Jets always they have good defense.
Yeah, they got the defense.
But both Sauce and the other corner were out that game, and he was still throwing picks left and right. It was crazy.
That's true. That's
true. He was just and they were just poor decisions. But again, that's one game. I'm not but he has games like that. That's where he has games like that. It's the same problem that you and I talk about with our quarterback, Jared Goff. He's a good quarterback, but there are just moments. He has moments where he reminds you that he's not great. He has those plenty. He has games where he has great games, and you're like, man, Jared Goff cooked today. But then then he has games where you're like, well, Jared Goff was cooked today. So I mean that's the difference between a good and a great quarterback. Like you just said, Dallas. I will say this. As much as I can't stand him, Dak's been fantastic for weeks now.
He's been fantastic, bro. He has been fantastic. Can't stand the guy. Can't stand the team. But
I still think Dak will give you the ball every now and again, though. So I'm hoping that's the game.
Oh no, not every now and again. I still think he's gonna give you the ball. I think he is like Josh Allen. He gonna give you them points, but he gonna give you that ball too. So that's the only reason we lost to him was that last year, the year before, was because we just couldn't catch it when he was giving it to us. I mean, he threw it to us 3 times. I mean, you just got to catch it because he's going to just chuck some balls down the field eventually.
Absolutely.
So you just got to be prepared for that. Absolutely. So as long as you take advantage of those, you give yourself a shot.
Absolutely, I agree. So you're going Dallas and Chiefs. I'm going 49ers and Chiefs. It's going to be interesting.
You're going with the safe pick. I like it. That is definitely the safe pick. 49ers and Chiefs. I mean, duh. But
I'm just thinking that finally the 49ers won't get hurt. I guess I'm just we've been saying this for years, the last 3 years. Man, if they don't hurt, their team is great. Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly the best team in the NFC.
Yeah. I mean,
on a consistent basis.
Again, that's the best. Yeah.
I still say Dallas, if they put everything together, has better talent. Overall. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple skill positions that are better on, tight end and, tight end. Oh, well. Hold on.
Actually, the
I want to say tight end, running back, and receiver is kind of tough. That's kind of tough.
Lions got the best tight end in the NFC. I'm saying that right now. I'm going out on a limb. Best tight end in NFC right now. I'm saying it. I don't care if he's a rookie. I'm calling it out right now. He is a dog.
Right now?
Right today.
He's better than Kittle right now.
Yes. Yeah, I'm saying it.
Hey, I'm not saying that. But
wait. The sports world is all about hot takes these days. Hot take. Sam Laporta is the best tight end in the NFC right now. Go ahead and chalk it up.
So does that make him the second best in the NFL?
Call it what you want. No, because the AFC has the 2 best. Kelsey, and I still think Mark Andrews is the second best tight end.
Sam Laporta better than Mark Andrews, but anywho, moving on.
You talking about moving hot takes?
Man, what? Kittle better than Mark Andrews too. I think you got a lot of faith in Mark. Mark good player though, but Mark ain't no second best tight end in the NFL though. That's cap. No.
The last couple, all right, and then, that's not.
He my fault. He up there though. You got Kelsey. Obviously,
we're gonna have to come back with some. We're gonna have to come back and see you. I think you giving more stock in Kittle's production than he deserves in the last couple of years. His production has not been what it was the last couple of years.
Kittle,
nah,
Laporta, nah, Mark Andrews.
I already told you.
That's where we at. Where we at.
You know what? The more we talk about it, though, I'm actually okay saying Laporta is behind Kelsey. But and here's the thing about Laporta, by the way. I think I've seen there's two players that I think he has a mix of style. This is not saying production wise, even though his production has been like some of the best the rookie tight ends ever had. But so far in the season, obviously it's not over yet, but so far. And that's just anybody can check the stats on that. That's just it. But he has a mixture of a little bit of, and we talked about this when we drafted him. I texted you this. He's got a little bit of that like wiggle of Kelsey, like some of his movements. But here's the big one, and I'm not the only one who said this comp. Okay, this player himself actually said that he kind of reminds him of a little bit. Gronk, he does, and I just recently I didn't see it right away. Shout out to one of my cousins. We were talking about it. I didn't even see it, and he was like, "Hey, just kind of check out like." And so I went and looked at some YouTube. Like I went to look at some old Gronk, clips. I was like, man, he does kind of. There's certain things that he does, like the way he'll go on a good like little quick bump for a block. He'll bump the lineman and then go out on his route to kind of get open. Some of those things are very similar. The way when he gets the ball, he kind of moves a little bit. I forgot how quick. I don't even know the word for it. Quick footed. That Gronk was. I know I just made that up. That's fine. We're gonna keep that. But Gronk could move, bro. Like Gronk could move, and I like the combination of his ability to move and the strength. Laporta might be. He's not as good a blocker as Gronk. I'll say this. He's a good blocker, but he's not as Gronk was a very good blocker. Like very good in the run block. And he would,
but he's also a rookie.
Yes. So
he's a willing blocker. He's a willing blocker. Good right now. Not great, but good.
So he can improve.
And only a rookie.
Mm-hmm. So the upside is crazy. Now, all right. Enough about our Lions. Enough about the NFL. This is the last topic we want to talk about. This is very big going on right now. We'll see how big it is, in a week. But the in-season tournament, man. It's
in-season tournament in the NBA. Wild.
It's they need to change it from in-season tournament to just strictly saying the NBA Cup. In-season tournament is just too much. Like
it does not flow.
The NBA Cup just sounds better. Like just call it the NBA Cup.
NBA Cup sounds kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's what it is. You're done group play just like in FIFA where they do like in the soccer world they do they have cups and different things like that. This is the same thing. That's where they got the idea from. So just call it an NBA Cup. Like that's what it is. And doesn't WNBA call theirs the cup? I thought
I wouldn't know. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't know. I didn't know that they had one. Okay, take that for what you will.
Okay. So anyway, moving on.
I just wouldn't know. I don't follow WNBA.
I know a lot of people have your same sentiments about it. So what do you think? What do you think about the in-season tournament, bro? Like, have you been excited? Have you enjoyed it? Were you about it beforehand? Did you think it was a bad idea? Like, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
I thought it was a trash idea when it first came out. Not gonna lie. I was among that group. I didn't know. I guess I just didn't understand it. I was kind of confused. Okay. It just seemed kind of extra. Like a tournament. And it wasn't even really like the idea of it that was trash. It was like, I know that ain't nobody gonna take this stuff seriously, but I mean, it's just. But
you thought it was pretty gimmicky, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, what's going on? So, full 180. This thing, wow. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Every game.
You telling me I get playoff atmosphere in December and November? Come on. I mean, this is crazy. Sign me up for this every year. Sign me up. They need to do a little. It's only gonna get better. Only gonna get better from here on out. The little stuff. They did the crossover thing with TNT and ESPN. Like it's so much that they're doing. That little show that they did, they need to fix that. I don't know why
it's taking so long for them to do a crossover.
For them to do the TNT and ESPN. Like, come on now. Y'all know
when
y'all,
they're
y'all
all
can do that.
working together with NBA. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, like that was. Come on, that's
But
like for
quality.
the finals. Like that needs to be a thing. Like we don't
Like,
want to see them
seriously.
go off the air for the finals. Like bring them all in.
Exactly.
Like come
Exactly.
on, come on.
Exactly.
I mean, anywho, that's a conversation another day too. But I just think the thing's big time. You saw the fans that was out there like it was a playoff game outside behind. I'm like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think Adam Silver has struck gold with this one.
Yeah.
As I said, I don't know if you saw that little concert that they did for a sidebar, the little TLC and Nelly thing.
I didn't
They
see
need
I
to.
didn't see the concert.
Okay, that's that's good. That's the only thing that I would say that they need to fix was that whole debacle. And if anyone saw it who's listening, you
They
already
gave
know
up.
what I am talking about. So
Mm,
that was just or
mm,
fix it. I mean, it just wasn't it.
yeah.
But the rest of it, man, and the whole tournament itself, I mean, it's just crazy. And then
Like
having in Vegas, come on.
every game, bro, has been, like you said, playoff atmosphere from even
Oh yeah,
teams that ain't been playoff teams like that. Like you felt
yeah.
like the energy
Except the Pistons.
from the jump. I think well, the first couple of games that they were in it, like or they were trying. But
Were they?
anyway,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah, me
anyway,
either.
so but it is felt, and I think it really, the biggest thing too is it starts with the best players, right? The best
Yeah,
players have been talking about it, and they would tell you even the first week, the first weekend or whatever, the first set of games, you would hear guys like Dame talking about, like, I remember him saying specifically, he was like, I don't know, he was like, I don't know what it is, but it just feels like it feels different. Like he was like
yeah,
everybody was still kind of like, they were still kind of uneasy about it. They weren't sure. They was like, I don't know how it feels. It feels different. You heard guys like LeBron who was talking about, the excitement of winning it for him, and Dame both said the same thing or in regards to hey, I want to win this because that $500,000 could mean so much to some of my teammates. And he meant it. Like, it was just genuine. It wasn't like this, like, really like crazy thing. Like, he really was
right,
like, I want to win for my guys because this could change some of their lives. This could really just mean so many different things for their families, like, and
right.
different things. And it changed the competitiveness. Some people are going to look at it and be like, "Oh, well, they're just doing it for money." Well, duh. Anybody who does anything
Yeah,
for
yeah.
with business
Exactly what they're doing it
is doing
for.
it for money. Like, things are going to
Yep.
start for money. Like, it doesn't take away from the passion that they've clearly shown when they playing.
Nope.
Like, they play in the playoffs because you know what? They get paid. Duh. So like,
Yep.
so
You give them some money for the All-Star game. I bet you you'll see a different result there too.
I'm telling
You know.
you, and this actually, I'm hoping that this is also something that does springboard that going forward, where maybe they think
It
next
won't.
year, like, it probably won't, but maybe next year they give some money.
There's no money. There's no money involved. They think we get hurt here, we're losing money. So there's no
Yeah,
sense in me going crazy for this thing.
this is true.
And I
This
mean,
is
they
true.
raising money for charity, but they gonna get that anyway.
Exactly. And that's the thing. If you give them the money, some guys are going to give to charity anyway because
For sure.
they already have good
For sure.
contracts. So like, you don't even have to force them to give to charity. Like, give them the option for, like, we're doing this for, we're going to give you guys this money. Do what you want with it. Cause some guys need that. A guy who's on a contract who who might be making the minimum, right? He's making the minimum.
Might be. I don't know what the minimum is now. Isn't it? Isn't it about 500?
Yeah, something like that. Something in
500
that.
in a
Maybe
year, and
maybe up to 700, maybe at the most or something like that. But
yeah,
it's still pretty low. It's still
and they get
like
five in one check. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like they gon'
That's a game
they
changer.
gonna go crazy for that. Like, I would, if it was
Game
me,
changer.
I'm putting in work to win that joint. Like, I'm just saying, I'm
Yeah,
doing whatever. Coach, what you need?
exactly.
What you need me to do? Like, I'm just
Yep.
saying.
You got all that right, and then on Friday night, no, it's Thursday night, you
Mhm,
have a team in the Lakers with the oldest player in the
mhm.
NBA
Ah,
and probably the richest, right?
uh-huh,
Running up and down the floor
uh-huh.
with more energy than another team who probably most people on that team could have used $500,000. Um,
I already saw this. I already saw this part of the conversation coming. I knew there was going to be.
I was talking about.
Had to throw some love at your boy's way.
I didn't even say nothing. I was just pointing out the fact that
he
you
did his
got
thing.
guys out here, these stars who's out here who don't need the money, but is hustling and pushing and grinding. As you said, probably just to help their teammate. And I mean, I will say his name now, but LeBron, I think for him, I think he just wants to be the first. I think he wants to be the first guy to win the cup.
Of course.
So I mean, it adds to the legacy, and he's showing that. I mean, shoot, hey, well, look, we will have a GOAT debate later, but I would say this is just another check. It's another check on the list.
If there is nothing that needs to be added to Dude's legacy, like
Nothing.
However you feel about him now is how you gonna feel about him. Like that's anybody. That's
right.
like anybody. Like
that's true.
If you think he's the greatest, cool. You gonna think he's the greatest. If you don't, nothing he does from here on is gonna change that. Nothing.
You're
There's
right.
not a thing.
You're right.
Whether even if he wins the championship this year, and they really actually have a chance to do so, even if he wins the championship this year, nothing's going to change that for anybody. But yeah, like you said, we're going to have that conversation later. But let's I will say it is a big deal that he is putting in that much effort and putting in that work. It shows a lot, but it makes it all worth it, right? As fans, we want to see. We want to see the best players putting in the work. We want to see them working hard. And also, here's something that I've loved and enjoyed, right? I don't know about you, but I don't watch too many Pacer games. But getting a chance to watch Tyrese Halliburton go crazy.
Crazy. That dude's a dog.
My man's had, 27 and 15? He's like averaging like 27 and 15 in the tournament. Like in 15.
I mean, buddy, crazy, bro.
It's like next level of Steve Nash, bro. That's how it feels.
Yeah, bro. 27 and 15 is crazy.
Like every game.
That's crazy numbers.
Every game, and he's just continued to showcase it. He loves the atmosphere. He be out there talking trash. He did the whole Dame time the other day. I thought it was great, bro. Like he was like, I could do that too. And even Dame, being a competitor he is afterwards said, I mean, look, he thought it was he thought it was cool. He thought it was what do they say? Flattery is the I don't know how to say. I'm about to butcher it. But something about being an imitation of
sure.
Yeah, that whoever's watching, you get it. You know what I'm trying to say. But they it's
imitation
really
the best flattery. Anyway.
Sure. It definitely shows that the competitive spirit though. We got a chance. Now granted, the Pacers don't play no defense. Whole nother conversation. But but you know what? I'll say this: they have played better defense against against Boston and against the Bucks. They played better defense, even though they ain't played no defense all year. Yeah, they is bringing out some different competitive nature, like you said, playoff atmosphere. Your most hated enemy said it at the beginning of the year that it felt like a playoff atmosphere.
I don't have any
your favorite player's new best friend. I
love Draymond Green off the court, bro. I love
Draymond Green on the court. I know.
I'm not a fan on the court.
But he even said it at the beginning of the year that it felt like a playoff atmosphere. That was the first game too. And it had it's every game has been very playoff atmosphere. I've loved it. I was one of the few that when they first announced it, I was like, I'm in. That's also because I'm a big soccer fan though, right? And so right. I understood what was going on already. And even that sometimes can be a little confusing at times, because it's multiple leagues, different cups to win, different so it can be a little what's really going on. But once you kind of understand it and you kind of see it, you get it. And so this was, I knew it would I had a feeling it would be something good. It just depended on how the players took it, and they've treated it like it's the playoffs, and because of that, it's been great basketball. And I don't think normally they don't get things don't get ramped up in the NBA season until like January, right? February. And so I think this kind of helps.
All-Star break.
Yeah, I don't if there is a drop off, I don't think it'll be that deep. Like I think people will still be competitive because they're so far in the season now. Like it's just like teams are there. Like people are like in a rhythm in some regards. So I think it's gonna be I think it was great. I think it's been great so far this season. Like you said, it's only gonna be better. Now we gotta ask the question: who's gonna win? I know that they literally play in a few hours from when we're recording this, y'all. So
For
y'all gonna
sure.
see the winner by the time y'all see this. I I'm curious to know who you think gonna win. I'm really not curious. I kind of know what you're gonna say, but I'm curious to hear it though.
Goat James.
Oh,
As Shannon Sharp would say. Yeah, no, the Lakers gonna win. Lakers gonna win this game. LeBron will drop 35, 9 and 7. That's what I'm feeling.
okay,
This would be
okay.
this game would be pretty close. Anthony Davis to chip in about 27 and 12. It's gonna be a pretty good game today.
Anthony Davis scoring big in a big game. That's interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Oh, wait,
got
wait,
Lakers by 8.
Lakers by
Lakers by 8
8.
tonight.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I think the Pacers are going to win it. And it's not because I think the Pacers are a better team, by the way. I just think this atmosphere has brought something out of them. Tyrese Halliburton this whole week has been going crazy. I mean, the whole season, but this week he just been like he's taking it personal. Like, and I know
Yeah,
LeBron is too. You can see it. Like again, last game, I gotta mention your boy was your boy was doing Zion dirty from the start. Okay, and Zion, to his credit, Zion didn't do anything. He didn't step up. He didn't. And Zion, by the way, is beyond out of shape. But that's just a whole like, and it's just my
dude
like
got big arms, bro.
people
Dude be
have,
doing bicep curls and eating donuts, bro. He gotta chill out, bro. He gotta chill
it's
out, or he gonna be at the league.
and I know other people like people have different body types, right? But the thing is with him, it's not even about body. It's not just about body type. Like he looks gassed after 5 minutes. He looks like after a few times up and down the court, he looks gassed. He looked like he doesn't even have the same explosiveness that he had 2 years ago, right? Like it
Yeah,
just like he needs to take care of his body a little bit better, like a lot of bit better. I don't even want to say a little bit. He really
he should
does.
be dunking on people like Ja Morant.
The 1 year we got to see him like for 65 games or whatever it was, 60 games, he was averaging 26 and like 12. Like he was dominant, like or at least on
Yeah,
offense. He was dominant on offense. He still defense is whatever, but but he was dominant
he
on
should,
offense
he
and
should
on
be
the
better there
glass.
too.
Like he should, but you got to be healthy in order to be good. You got to be in shape to play defense. Like you really do. Like you can't.
He should be the
Like
best player in the NBA, bro. Like this isn't. He has all the makeup to be the best player in the NBA,
if he
and
lost
ain't nowhere
40
near it.
40 pounds, he'd be a whole
He
different
could
player.
definitely a whole
Like
different player. He ain't got to lose 40 pounds. He just got to be about. The
I
crazy
think
thing
he,
is,
I think
Braun
he did
Braun
40.
about 260.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
got to
but
chill that junk out, bro.
yeah, but Zion's 300, so that's a whole other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
That
That's
man's
true.
6'7", 300 pounds, dog. Like,
The buddy just be, but how you run every day, bro? All this stuff, bro, and you
and the Lions
still
sign him.
like,
He can play on the DN. He can play on the
man.
D line, bro.
I
He be
know,
great.
bro. We need that, bro. We need that, bro. I don't know.
He
I
really, but
don't know,
like
man.
seriously, I'm going Pacers. I just think Tyrese Halliburton is playing incredible basketball. I do think it's going to be close. I agree with you. I don't think there's going to be. I don't think there's. I really don't think it's any way it's a blowout. Like on either side, I just don't.
No,
The Pacers can score too well, and the Lakers have LeBron. So that's just the truth. Like that's just how it is. He's not going to allow them to get blown out in this type of game. I think neither of the players are going to like. We have a guy who's one of the greatest, arguably the greatest of all time playing, and then also we have a player who is on the rise to superstardom at this
for
current
sure.
moment. They gon' like it's gonna be one heck of a game, and I do believe it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a great. I'm looking forward to watching it for real.
Just remember that LeBron only played 23 minutes last game.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Hey, one thing I did enjoy was that LeBron was getting the crowd into it. That was kind of the dopest thing because he's not really. That's usually not his like. He gets hyped, but he don't like.
Yeah, he always into it now. He always
Yeah,
yelling at the crowd
like
now. That's his thing now. The last few years.
it's just a different thing. I enjoy it. It's more. It kind of, you know what? It kind of reminds me of Miami Brown a little bit. He's not the same physical player that he can. Like he can't do the same things that he did in Miami. Just because obviously it's just 10 years ago. It's just a different player. Like
Right.
in a sense, physically, but his mentality is cool. Like he's kind of taking that because the way I saw him in Miami was like he was like a villain and like he loved it. He's not a villainous at this time, but he's kind of like channeling that energy in a way.
He's essentially a villain. I don't think he ever went back. Yeah, I think after he left it,
Cleveland Brown was not a
no.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland Brown was still the villain.
No.
That's when all y'all Golden State fans banded together. That's when everyone became Golden State fans and swore they was Golden State fans when Monte Ellis was there. That's when everyone came out the closet. It was like, hey, bro, I was man. I remember when Jason Richardson and Baron Davis was on there. You ain't hear nothing about them people before Steph and them got there, but it's fine.
First off,
it's fine.
Came out the closet is a wild statement, by the way. But anyway,
meant every word.
But that's a wild statement. Okay. For second thing, don't say y'all to me. Okay, I was a Baron Davis guy, so like.
That's what everybody say. That's what everybody say. I was a Baron Davis dude. Monte Ellis. Look. You may have been the actual Baron Davis guy, Monte. Look, man. You guys.
I will say this: I loved Steph when he was at Davidson. By the way, so it's not like
me too.
I
remember Steph.
I'm not saying that it didn't re-spark some like interest in the Warriors. It absolutely did. I didn't like Monte Ellis, so I wasn't a fan. But like it did re-spark, and I'm not saying Pistons, unfortunately, are still my number one team. Jesus,
for sure.
But yeah, unfortunately, but like Golden State's definitely a good second team that I've enjoyed. Maybe not this year as much because I don't know what they got going on right now, but I do know what's going on. That's a whole nother conversation. I've been a step in there for like 15 years now. Like you've been a fan for 15 years. You allowed to be a fan. Like it's okay. Like,
no, yes, you guys, everyone's allowed to be a fan. I I think. And then, we're not gonna go too deep into this, but what I will say, what bothers me is that being a LeBron fan, us LeBron fans can say that we are LeBron fans. We were fans of wherever LeBron
teams.
No, we're fans of wherever LeBron's at. Yeah. Here's my problem: is whoever LeBron's facing in the finals or whoever he's facing magically gets this fan base that has been fans of that team forever. Oh man, this been my team. OKC got a bunch of fans. San Antonio got a bunch of fans. Golden State got. I mean, oh man, who's to say how many fans they got? I mean, it's just it's crazy now. I ain't heard nothing about Golden State for a long. I mean, it's just crazy. But can't nobody just admit that they just fans of whoever LeBron facing. But it's cool. It's fine.
I will say this: a lot of fans. Don't. Well, granted, I agree with you that a lot of the Golden State fans for a few years weren't real Golden State fans, without a doubt. Because some of it too, because
when they got mad, they left.
No, wait. I was gonna say you saw it though too when Kevin Durant was there and nobody liked the fact that they were so good, right?
For sure.
And everybody. Then all of a sudden, some of those fans jumped off and hated it. But then when the finals came back and they was playing LeBron, some other fans was back and it came on back. It was a weird time. So
it was definitely a weird time. I think definitely a weird time. Y'all just couldn't admit.
I think that happens a lot though.
I need them to admit it.
It's more bandwagon fans in sports than it is diehard fans. I mean, we know that. That's just
for sure. But I think LeBron fans have always been diehard. We just said we fans LeBron. We never said we was Cavalier, Laker. Miami Heat fans, when LeBron gone, we gonna be back to our original team.
That's crazy.
I'm a Pistons fan. I'm a
You
Pistons and
are.
LeBron
You
fan.
are.
That's
You are.
what I am.
I
I'm not
can.
a fan of the Lakers.
I
I'm not
can
a fan of
confirm it.
Cavs. I'm not a fan of Miami. None of them. When Bron gone, I promise you, I root against them. Like I root against everybody else when the Pistons play them. That's just how
When they,
that go. But
if
when you
they
got a
ever
team like the
finally good
Pistons, you
again.
gotta who? Yeah. See, when you got a fan like the Pistons, you got the Pistons as a team. You have to kind of latch on to a winning organization, like and NBA is wherever LeBron is at. And the NFL, when the Lions were bad, that's how I became a Patriot fan. You had to latch on to something that's winning.
The crazy thing
Just
is, you
to
said when they were bad, like they've ever not.
yeah.
They
But
did
this is
have.
how
They did go to the playoffs a few times in the Stafford era, but the point
yeah.
is, they still weren't. When I consider a team good, it's multiple years in a row, like consistency, not just a 1 year
Right.
wonder. So,
But I never had no one to cheer for in the playoffs though. So when you get to the
real,
playoffs,
that's
I'm just like,
real.
well, so I had to pick a team eventually. It's like, I mean,
No, I get it.
at least I know this team gonna be there every year. I got somebody to root for. I ain't got when it came to the Pistons, that's why I mean all these teams, like you end
Yeah,
up getting another team or another player
yeah.
because like
For your sanity,
baseball.
for your sanity.
Yeah, for baseball, I became a Yankees fan.
Mm,
Tigers
mm,
were terrible for a long time. I mean,
mm.
off and on. You become. I mean, it's just how it works. You need to experience some winning.
No, that's real.
Luckily now, you know most of our teams are coming back. So
Yeah,
you
most of
know
them. We'll just
most one is just gone. I mean, we're just gonna call that what it is. I'm sure. I mean, hey, national media. I mean, I look. Y'all know
one
the
day they
Pistons are
will be
terrible.
better. In the next couple of years, I genuinely believe because I believe in Cade. I think Cade is really that good. I think he has that much potential.
He ain't gonna leave.
But we'll see what happens. So
He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't think that.
These
But we'll
Bucks
see.
are 2 and 20, bro. Why would you stay? I mean, I'll be up out of there so quick.
Hey man, I think it's 2-19, man. Relax.
Oh, by the time this come out, it'll be 2 and 21 probably. So.
It'll be 2-25 by the
Yeah, I mean,
time.
because they're not gonna win. I mean, they just lost by 30, so they are nowhere close into winning. So it
Nah,
is
man.
what it is. And
Conversation for another
Bojan's back, still losing.
conversation for another day. Somebody's gonna get traded, but that's all another conversation for another day.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of some people getting traded, but that's
anybody, it don't matter.
it's literally only 3 players that are I would say untradeable at the moment, but that's you know
2, but yeah,
Cade. I would say Cade, JD, and Jalen Duren, and
right.
I would throw Asar Thompson in there. I think Asar Thompson is untradeable
Oh,
at this
okay,
moment.
yeah,
As a rookie,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
I think
for sure.
his upside is tremendous, even though he's been struggling a little bit the last I don't know 7 games or so. But that's
For sure.
he's a rookie, so
That's fine.
he's gonna have
That's
moments.
fine.
So,
That's
and
fine.
I actually think building around him a lot alongside Cade is actually probably going to be more profitable than building around Duren too. But that's just because I have concerns about Duren and his injuries and this whatever.
Yeah, he just got hurt again. So
It's like nagging injuries worry me more than like, oh, you had a big injury. Like, Cade last year had a big injury, he had to be out all year. That whatever. Nagging injuries was like, oh, you get hurt every 5-6 games. That worries me because you know who that reminds me of, right? Your boy, street clothes. Anyway, that it just worries me. It's not like
but he's
I'm
also
not
like
saying
20, so it's fine.
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, it's not. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying anything's written in stone. It just concerns me. But he's really good, and they need him on the court. So
Yeah, for sure.
just don't. As long as you keep Bagley off and all right. Anyway, so this has been a great first episode. I'm dope for y'all to hear this. We want to make sure that y'all get a chance to get involved. So make sure y'all, give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Make sure y'all save our podcast on Spotify, all the different outlets, whether it's YouTube, whatever. Comment in, like, we really want y'all input, and we want y'all to, like, what y'all want to talk about. Like, if y'all hear some things if there's some topics that we ain't touching on, or some teams that you want us to talk about and some different things, hit us up. Definitely let us know. We excited to continue and go on. G, you got anything to share before we go ahead and close it out?
No, man, I think you covered it. As you said, like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be on every platform. If you watching this on YouTube, again, subscribe, like, comment, share this, share it with your people, share it on your platforms, and anything. I mean, we really about to do this. We really about to blow up. So let us know what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to see.
Yes, sir. And we will be having guests going forward at some point. So be looking out for that. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all jumping in. And we want to do a big shout out to Riverside .fm for giving us this platform to be able to share this with you all. Super dope. Shout out to Riverside. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and end 3rd and 13. We out.